Thabo Baxter, Oti, listen, it's better to die than to live. You know what I'm saying? It's better for you to eradicate me. But the points that I'm about to give you that video, I know it's been a lot of people have been looking forward to it. I'm about to give you that video. Don't worry. It has been quite exciting listening to Thabo Baxter. Thabo Baxter is somehow, there's a game that they are playing, right? A game that contains truth. I don't know if you are aware of this. The game that these people are playing, it contains truth, right? It contains a crucial information, especially for us, the public, who are watching this from that perspective. Look, from what Thabo Baxter said, there is truth there. We just need to pay attention to what he said. It is very important for our liking. He says, this story is bigger than you. Everybody must understand that. I don't know if you heard that. He says, this is got to do with politics. If you remember vividly, in the beginning or in the inception of the story, you will remember that we were told that he went to prison for a politician's child. That politician continued to live large whilst Thabo Baxter is in prison. Now, the story of a politician involved, I'm telling you, it is believable. Here are the fun facts about it. You must ask yourself, how did Thabo Baxter bypass the system to look, and he had a bank account without an ID. We know as of today, there's more money in that bank account, but Thabo Baxter does not have an ID. You can only achieve that when you have the connection. So Thabo Baxter told us the truth. It's just that we don't want to listen to the truth. Well, I don't want you to be ignorant of the truth that I'm about to show you. Here is what you need to do. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Oh, speaking about the truth, we need to listen to Thabo Baxter, not with emotions, but rather with we need to look at this from an intellectual point of view. And when we start looking at this from an intellectual point of view, then you will realize that Thabo Baxter is saying something very important here. Put 1 + 1 and tell me what the answer is. While you're still contemplating on what Thabo Baxter said, this is the video that I want you to listen. But I want you to have this in mind. Thabo Baxter was confirmed to have, how much is it? It's close to $1 billion, eh? It was confirmed. And I did a video about it. That video, I spoke about how Action SA were the ones who were saying, who revealed that and say, we know he's got an account at ABSA. That account has got millions and millions. Two things that you need to understand. To acquire those millions, he needed connections. How did he get those connections? So Thabo Baxter is telling you the truth about a politician that you probably don't want to hear about. But it can only be a politician involved that helped Thabo Baxter bypass a lot of things. Well, there's one thing that I also want you to bypass. I don't want you to bypass this. Take a look at things that you shouldn't bypass, but you should do.
And I humbly ask you, and I'm sorry to have the outburst, but it's a lot for me to take. Really, it's too much, because I feel that it's unfair. It is unfair to be treated and to struggle to appoint an attorney. You find the best attorney in whatever, or the best advocate, but they will refuse brief. It's not a matter of funds, it's a matter of association. And it's not fair. It means that I'm not equal in this court. And if I'm not equal in this court, then it's a waste of time to come to court. Then we might as well just sentence me and release these people, because they know nothing.
Are you done?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Bester, it seems to me that what I intimated earlier still remain relevant, and that is you must first engage the services of a legal representative. Secondly, with regard to your conditions in prison, it is for that reason that Justice Cameron is there. He is the inspecting judge of prisons. You can lodge a complaint with his office, and I can assure you that it will be investigated. When it comes to the documentation, again, your legal representative can help you to bring an access to information application, and you'll get that. Mr. Mpemvane, who is standing in for Advocate Bester here, can be engaged in order to give you a copy of the docket for you to look at what evidence they have against them. I'm not in a position to prescribe to the press, the media, or to Mr. Mpemvane on what they should or should not do.
Having done that, what are you learning? Let me show you something. It's one thing for a criminal. Like, tell me something. Look at this. Look at this. Have you ever, not long ago, criminals escape somewhere? The last time I heard about criminals escaping prison was around Eastern Cape. I'm not talking about those who escaped police station, because we also heard it. I also heard some. Thabo Baxter escaped maximum prison. When he was done escaping, he lives here in South Africa. And he lived large. 2. 3, Thabo Baxter flee the country. The style and the way in which he flees the country says it could only be somebody who knows what they are doing. But then how could Thabo Baxter know what he's doing if he's not that connected? The signs of Thabo Baxter having connections are there. Provided you pay attention, you won't see it. Another thing that you also need to pay attention to is he escaped, he's captured, he's back in prison, then he's running a business of prostitute in prison. That's Thabo Baxter for you. How does Thabo Baxter get all this connection? There must be someone look at the top that is able to issue a command so that the ones at the bottom can bypass the system. Otherwise, there's no way that Thabo Baxter is able to get away with a lot of things, is able to get everything he wants. You cannot. You see, one thing that will tell you something about Thabo Baxter is the fact that he's able to bring these girls outside to come and sell their body inside prison. Running such, come on. It will make sense for Thabo Baxter to run it inside using boys, but no. This man, he runs it out, look, inside, getting girls outside. That shows there's power involved there. Hello? So when Thabo Baxter tells you that this is far bigger than you, this is a piece of politicians, he's not lying. Look at what the man is able to do. And ask yourself, how could you have achieved this if there was no powerful hand behind this? Thabo Baxter tells you the truth, but because you're not willing to listen, hey, angas. Okay, fast forward. Thabo Baxter asked people to be released and says, please release these people. These people have got nothing to do with what is happening now. This is an issue of politicians, not these people. These people are not right there. I don't know if you've noticed what Thabo Bexter is saying, but take a look at this.
I am not the worst inmate in this country. I don't have the highest counts. I have 3 counts. But I am the most popular inmate in this country for no reason, because of the political carnage and because of the political issues that I have in my personal capacity that have nothing to do with this legal proceedings. And I feel that I am to address that. And Your Honor, with my last point, that I feel it's unfair for these people that are sitting here as my so-called accused to be in court when I know very well they have nothing to do with this. When I know very well that they were not present in any of these issues that are in this indictment. The people that are being protected by the investigating team are very clearly known. I have more than enough evidence to prove that this thing is much more than just an average people that are working at an institution called G4S that just decided on one day to release me. It's highly impossible for them to do that without political power or other high office involved in this issue. I have been out in South Africa living my life for a year. I have not violated any human, but I am treated with the utmost, even in the legal fraternity, Your Honor. It's very difficult for me to appoint an attorney. Attorney would cancel brief on the base that say, I don't want to be associated with Thabo Bexter because the media will attack me. I've had 5 counsels who told me that I would love to be in your case, but I'll be in the background because I cannot be seen in front because you're Thabo Bexter. The media will destroy me and the state will never give me any work. Is that anyhow how I should be treated when I am standing in trial, Your Honor? Is that equal to any other person that is standing in trial?
Oh, okay. So if you have noticed what Thabo Bexter said, if you've paid attention, let me before we come back to what Thabo Bexter did, talk to people, right, who, let's say, you are somewhere hiking, right? You're busy looking for a lift. A car, stop. Probably 2 people in the car. They pull up. They pull up. They stop. You get in. They ask you where are you going. You tell them it is okay. It's fine. Let's go. Somewhere, once you're enjoying the trip, the journey, they are talking nice. Look, they are being nice to you. Somewhere, just probably when you are about to arrive where you're going, police pull you over, and they say everybody down. They arrest everybody in this car. These people know that when they just fetch you along the way. And then you get to hear that, oh, this is a stolen car. But then they arrest everybody inside the stolen car. You're expecting these people whom you are arrested with to say, listen, leave this person. He doesn't know or she doesn't know anything. We just gave her a lift and they are not saying anything. And police tells you that if we can only release you if these people are acknowledged that you don't know anything about the car, but the people are not saying anything along those lines. Rather, they just ignore you. Why do you think these people ignore you? Simply because if they can say, release her, she doesn't know anything, or she doesn't know anything concerning the stolenness of this car. Right there, they're acknowledging the crime. If I were to agree that you don't know anything about that crime, I have acknowledged the crime. Ask any investigating officer. Ask any lawyer. If I were to say, I know, release this person doesn't know anything, I've already said, I know everything. The fact that, do you remember I said the same thing about Dr. Nande Pamakutumane saying, release my father according to the leaked document, I think from Sunday World. When she said release my father, she doesn't know anything about it. Do you remember I told you that's an acknowledgement of the crime? So listen to this one. When Thabo Bexter said, release these people, they don't know anything. He then realized that if I were to stop there, then they will say, I know everything. But then he says, even me, I don't know anything about this case. I know nothing about this case, so please release me. You know what I'm saying? He says all these things. But if you read between the line, Thabo Bexter says, you know what? I had time to interact with most powerful people. They were not there, these people. All the plans that I have, these people know nothing about them. They were following a plan. The person that knows what is happening here is me and the politician that you don't know. So if it was according to me, you will allow these people to go because I feel that they are about to die or they're about to go to prison for something that they were just following orders. But basically, a person that is supposed to be prosecuted here, it's me. That's how the statement read. Like if you start looking deep down into the statement, that's how the statement read. It says, I know what is happening. But obviously, I cannot just, you know what I'm saying? And then it goes on to say, and then he also said, take my life. Didn't you hear him saying, take my life? People are like, oh. The judge says, but wait a minute, Thabo. The law, the South African Constitution does not allow that. Thabo Baxter has got all the option to take his life. He can look inside prison, he can hang himself. Not long ago, we had a police who smuggled a gun, brought a gun inside, and killed himself. The police is the one in Eden Park who stole a vehicle. And it was said that that was a bodyguard of Fikile Mbalula. Here's the thing. Not long ago, Thabo Baxter was able to smuggle girls inside. Thabo Baxter says, I'm receiving mistreatment. Please listen to Thabo Baxter, right? Not with emotions, but listen to the man. He says, I was able to listen. We know of the fact. Even after he was captured in Tanzania, he was able to smuggle girls inside. But then he asks the judge to issue his death warrant, asking the public to participate in that. You know, there's something unfair about that. Let me show you what is unfair about that. Thabo Baxter's got connections. He's able to bring things inside. Why can't he smuggle a knife, gun, or a poison and then kill himself? Why Thabo Baxter wants to be killed by us in a public gallery where we see that Thabo Baxter's life was taken? Why does Thabo Baxter wants to die that way? Do you see that Thabo Baxter did not mean what he says, but Thabo Baxter was using an opportunity to manipulate things here? Come on, guys. You must listen to Thabo Baxter. Listen to Thabo Baxter, not what he said, but what he meant, what he means by what he says. It is interesting. Listen to the man. The man agree and expose himself that I know everything that is happening. I understand why I'm arrested, but I cannot agree just like that. And then he trying to persuade people to say, listen, you know what, I'm appealing to your emotions. Feel pity for me and release me. Or, you know what? The best way to push people to the opposite is to advocate for the opposite. He knows people in this country will not allow him to die. We can put that out there, but it's not going to be possible. People would rather opt for a harsh prison life rather than him dying. They'll just appreciate seeing him suffering in prison. It's a fact. He knew that the Constitution won't allow it. But he says, you know what? Just like Thabo Baxter, we're very good in trying to play in people's emotions. And you know what? My girlfriend has tried a lot to play into your emotions, but apparently you're not budging that. So let me now use my wisdom to appeal to you. That's why the judge says, stop these theatrics. If you had listened to the judge, he's told them, stop these theatrics. Because the judge understands that Thabo Baxter is not saying what other people think he's saying, but is saying something very important. He's trying to manipulate people and turn people against the state. And so Thabo Baxter can walk free, and ultimately all the people walk free.